Welcome back to Let's Play Kanon, the standard edition for the PC. In the last episode, we had a bit of foreshadowing. Foreshadowing how, you might ask? Maybe we'll find out in this episode, maybe not. But let's just find out. A day full of happiness. Foreshadowing. Because I was happy. And why the sad music then? I prayed from the bottom of my heart that this time would continue on forever. Dude, don't jinx it now. I wanted to walk at Naoki's side for the rest of my life. But the end of this quiet time was already upon us, and we did not know it. See what I mean, viewers? Foreshadowing! Okay, now to be more serious. After, that complete nonsense about foreshadowing, now we will actually get to the point. Be more serious. 5th period. Some teacher I've never seen before comes bursting into the classroom and tells us that Akiko-san has been taken to the hospital after a car accident. See, viewers? See? Now, to be honest, when I saw this in the anime, I was like, no! Akiko-san! No! Not again! I mean, damn, man, that was out of nowhere. Anyway, let's be more serious here. We leave school immediately and rush to the hospital. On the way, we come across the site of the accident. A totaled car. Shards of glass everywhere. Red blotches on the pavement. And finally, a smashed box of strawberry shortcake. Smashed up in much the same fashion that I had smashed up the snow bunny 7 years ago. Naoki, she just stands there, taking in the spectacle in silence. No words from her mouth now, no expression to bring color to her pale face. When we arrive at the hospital, we're not even allowed to see Akiko-san. Her condition is so critical that not even relatives can be at her bedside. Naoki and I both know what that means. Eventually, after the attending doctor comes to talk to us, we end up going back home. According to him, a car failed to take the curve, barreled into the sidewalk, and hit Akiko-san head on. The driver luckily escaped the accident without any injuries. But as for Akiko-san, the entire way home, Naoki says not a word. Damn, Thursday, January 28th. Talk about out of nowhere, viewers, right? I wake up at the usual time, even on a morning like this. How strange. The sound of the alarm clock echoes sadly around my cold room. It's as if it were a dream. Were those happy days up until yesterday all a dream? Or was the tragedy yesterday, that was the dream? Right now, all that is behind me, before me, is reality. That, and that alone, is something that I can't change. Although it's the same room, it feels wider and emptier than yesterday. The sound of the wind blowing about has a desolate ring about it, the end of my time of happiness. If that was what it was, what would have happened from today onwards? I get up and change into my uniform like I do every morning. I have no confidence in my ability to concentrate during class. But right now, I just want to be somewhere with a lot of people, even if it's only for a little while. I get the feeling I would start thinking about unpleasant things if I were by myself. Not a single sound can be heard in the dimly lit corridor. The door with the Naoki's room sign hanging from it. I stand before it. I prepare to knock, but hesitate. What kind of state would Naoki be in when I open this door? Would she be wearing an expression smitten with sorrow, or would she face me with her never-changing smile? A smile on the outside, at least. Okay, viewers, this is the last choice again in the story. I'm not entirely sure if this Leaving her alone will give you a bad ending or not? Probably. I have not yet tried it. But this is what you've obviously got to do. You got to knock on the door. I hesitate again as I contemplate leaving without saying anything to her. Right now, Naoki and I are the only two people in this house. I knock on Naoki's door, but there is no response from the other side. I'm opening the door, Naoki. I call out so she can hear me from inside, and I turn the doorknob. But the door would not open. It does not budge, even when I push on it hard. It's locked. I'll be going on ahead. With that announcement, I descend to the first floor. Damn it, game, no! Akiko, with her hand on her cheek, is not there with those words. The table, quite big to begin with, now feels extra large. For the first time since I came to this house, I make my own toast. Sitting alone on my chair, I gnaw at my toast, spread with jam I usually wouldn't have added. There was one time when 4 people gathered around this table. 4 people, 1 animal, if I include Karapi. Those words Akiko had said with her little smile now weigh heavily upon my mind. This house is far too big with just the 2 of us. After finishing the toast, I leave the hallway like I always do. I wait until the last moment, but in the end, Naoki doesn't come out. I guess I'll leave her alone. Sighing, I pick up my bag. I'll be going. Addressing my words to no one in particular, I leave for school. Naturally, there is no one there to reply. The usual classroom scene feels distant, like it was all happening in some far-off country. The time passes, excruciatingly slowly. There is no one sitting in the seat next to mine. Behind it, Kari gazes at Naoki's desk with a look of concern. Finally, the 6 long periods pass. I'm home. Taking off my shoes, I enter the hallway. It is silent inside the house, as if it were frozen into the same scene as this morning. There is no sign of life from the kitchen either. It is just as it was when I left it this morning. Naoki hasn't eaten anything. Pressing the button on the phone, I activate the answering machine setting. There are no messages. I stand before Naoki's door, just as I had in the morning. I have in my hand a dish with a simple dinner, made from whatever I had on hand. The sun had long since set, and it was long past any time could properly refer to as dinner time. Hey, Naoki! I knock on the door. I brought you some dinner. You're hungry, aren't you? There is no reply. The lights in her room are off too. Hey, I'm opening the door. Giving her advance warning, I turn the doorknob, but as I had expected, the door is locked. I'm going to leave your dinner here, okay? With that parting remark, I walk away from the entrance of that tightly sealed room. I return to my own room and get into bed without even bothering to turn the lights off. There's been no word from the hospital. In other words, she hasn't gotten any better or worse. And that was it. Finally, the long day ended. I close my eyes with a feeling that I might be having a dream. But if there's one thing I don't want to dream about, it's Akiko. Friday, January 29th. All that could be heard in my room was Naoki's empty, energetic voice. I can't sleep, but I'm still fatigued. I rouse my listless body and open the curtains outside stretch the cloudless blue sky. Would be nice if it at least rained. Then I could cry till my heart's content. I hate that clear, artificial looking sky. Everything was like an illusion, but within reality. Like a remnant left over from a dream. The sound of that alarm clock seemed the only thing suited to the blueness of the sky. The corridor is silent. The video has ended. See you next time, viewers.